Ever felt like the world just doesn't get you anymore? Like you're speaking a language no one else understands? It's a strange thing, isn't it? This feeling of being utterly alone, even when you're surrounded by people. You've probably heard about spiritual awakening, and maybe you've even felt that deep shift within yourself. But what nobody tells you is that this beautiful, profound journey often comes with a heavy price, a profound sense of loneliness. Today, we're diving deep into why this happens to so many of us who are walking a path of spiritual awakening, and more importantly, how you can actually heal that ache in your soul. We're going to uncover why this feeling isn't a sign that something's wrong with you, but a natural, often necessary part of your growth, and I promise you, by the end of this, you'll not only understand it better but also have some real tools to navigate it. Let's be clear about what we mean by spiritual awakening. It's not about joining a new religion, or suddenly floating off the ground, or even wearing crystals, though if you do, that's cool too. A spiritual awakening is more like an inner earthquake. It's a fundamental shift in how you see yourself, others, and the world around you. Imagine you've been living your whole life seeing the world through a foggy window, and suddenly, that fog clears. You start noticing patterns, connections, and deeper truths that were always there but invisible to you before. This shift often begins subtly. Maybe you start questioning things you always took for granted: your job, your relationships, society's rules, the meaning of life. You might feel a growing dissatisfaction with the superficiality of daily life, a yearning for something more profound. Old interests might seem hollow, old conversations might feel shallow. You start to sense a deeper purpose, a pull towards authenticity and truth. It's like waking up from a long, long dream. And just like waking up, it can be disorienting. One of the first things that happens when you wake up in this way is that your values begin to change. What once mattered, status, possessions, fitting in, starts to lose its shine. You might find yourself caring less about what car someone drives and more about their heart. You might find yourself less interested in gossip and more interested in deep conversations about meaning and purpose. This isn't a conscious choice, it's an organic evolution. It's like your internal compass has been recalibrated, pointing you towards true north, which for most people on this path, is truth, authenticity, love, and connection. Now, here's where the loneliness often kicks in. When your values shift dramatically, the people around you, whose values haven't shifted, suddenly feel different. It's like you've moved to a new country and everyone around you is still speaking the old language. You try to share your newfound insights, your deeper understandings, but they just look at you with blank stares, or worse, with concern, as if you've lost your mind. This disconnect is incredibly painful. You might find yourself sitting with old friends, and while they're talking about the latest reality show or a celebrity scandal, you're secretly pondering the interconnectedness of all life or the illusory nature of time. It's like there's a glass wall between you and them. You can see them, you can hear them, but you can't truly connect on the level you now crave. You feel like an alien, dropped onto a planet where no one speaks your tongue. This is a very common experience. Think about it. Before your awakening, you likely defined yourself, at least in part, by your relationships, your social circles. Those relationships were built on shared interests, shared values, shared ways of seeing the world. But now, the foundation of those relationships has shifted for you. You've outgrown the old stories, the old ways of interacting. And while you still love these people, you start to realize that the old dynamics just don't fit anymore. This can lead to a kind of grief. You're grieving the loss of what once was, the easy camaraderie, the effortless understanding. You're grieving the feeling of belonging to a specific tribe, even if that tribe no longer resonates with your deepest self. It's important to understand that this isn't a judgment on them, or a judgment on you. It's simply a natural outcome of growth. When a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, it can no longer crawl on leaves in the same way, its world expands to the sky. But it also means it can no longer hang out with its caterpillar friends in the same way. Another layer of this loneliness comes from a heightened sense of empathy and sensitivity. When you awaken, you often become much more attuned to energy, not just your own, but the energy of others in the world. You start to feel the collective pain, the suffering, the joy, the fear. It's like your emotional antenna gets amplified. This can be incredibly beautiful, allowing for deeper compassion and understanding, but it can also be overwhelming. You might find yourself drained after social interactions, especially with people who are constantly complaining, gossiping, or living in victimhood. You simply absorb too much of their emotional weight. Because of this heightened sensitivity, you might start to withdraw. You might need more solitude, more time to recharge, to process the vast amounts of information and energy you're now perceiving. This withdrawal, while necessary for your well-being, can make the loneliness even more pronounced. People might misunderstand it as you being aloof, antisocial, or even arrogant. They might say, "You've changed," and not in a way that sounds like a compliment. And sometimes, their words sting because deep down, you just want to be understood, to be seen for who you truly are now. The spiritual journey, by its very nature, is a solo journey. No one can walk it for you. Your insights, your experiences, your profound moments of clarity, these are deeply personal. And sometimes, they're so profound, so deeply felt, that words simply fail to capture them. How do you explain the feeling of oneness with the universe to someone who is focused on their shopping list? How do you describe the dissolution of the ego to someone who is fiercely protecting their identity? It becomes nearly impossible, and when you can't share your deepest truths, a wall of isolation naturally builds around you. You end up carrying these profound experiences within, often feeling like a secret keeper in a world that isn't ready for the secrets you hold. This feeling of being a secret keeper, of carrying a burden of knowledge that others don't share, can be incredibly heavy. It's like being the only one who sees the invisible strings connecting everything, while everyone else is just focused on the puppets. This internal journey also means letting go of old parts of yourself, old identities. You might realize that the person you thought you were, the one who always sought external validation, or who clung to certain beliefs, or who defined themselves by their job or relationships, isn't who you truly are. Shedding these old skins is a vital part of growth, but it leaves you feeling vulnerable, exposed, and sometimes, utterly lost. It's like you've stepped out of a familiar costume and are standing naked in a new landscape. Who are you now? What do you believe? Where do you belong? This existential questioning, while necessary, can amplify feelings of loneliness, as you grapple with your evolving identity in isolation. You're building a new internal house, brick by brick, and it's a solitary construction project. Many people on this path also experience what's often called the dark night of the soul. This isn't a fun, airy-fairy spiritual experience. It's a period of intense questioning, disillusionment, and sometimes profound despair. Old wounds surface, old traumas demand to be healed. It's a stripping away of everything that isn't truly you, and it can feel like being plunged into darkness. During this time, the loneliness can feel absolute. You might feel disconnected from everything and everyone, even from spirit or source itself. It's a test, a purification, and it's often walked alone because it's a journey into the deepest parts of your own being. It's hard to bring others into that dark, sacred space. So, this loneliness isn't just a fleeting emotion, it's a profound, multi-layered experience that arises naturally from the process of spiritual awakening. It's the byproduct of expanding your consciousness, shifting your values, and evolving beyond old paradigms. It's the universe's way of ensuring you look inward, to find your true home not in others, but within yourself. And while that sounds poetic, it often feels like being adrift at sea without a paddle. But here's the crucial part. This loneliness, as painful as it is not a dead end. It's a signpost. It's a catalyst. It's an invitation to deepen your self-connection and to consciously create a new reality for yourself. It might just be one of the most powerful tools for transformation you'll ever encounter. The feeling itself, that deep ache, pushes you to look for something more, to understand yourself better, to find connection in new, more authentic ways. It's the discomfort that forces growth. So, how do we heal this profound loneliness? It starts with a radical shift in perspective. Acknowledge and validate. First things first. You are not alone in feeling alone. This is not a flaw in you. This is not a sign that you're doing something wrong. In fact, it's often a very strong indicator that you're doing something right, that you're truly growing, evolving, and stepping into a more authentic version of yourself. Many people on a spiritual path experience this. Just knowing that can bring a huge sigh of relief. Take a moment to acknowledge that pain, to validate it. Tell yourself, it's okay to feel this way. This is a natural part of my journey. Self-compassion is your best friend here. Don't beat yourself up for feeling what you feel. Would you tell a baby bird learning to fly that it's doing it wrong for falling sometimes? Of course not. Treat yourself with the same gentle understanding. Shift your perspective on loneliness. Can loneliness be a gift? It sounds crazy, right? But what if this period of profound solitude isn't a curse, but a sacred pause? What if it's the universe giving you quiet space to truly hear yourself, to heal, to integrate your new understandings without the constant noise and distractions of the world? Distinguish between solitude and loneliness. Solitude is a chosen state, a nourishing time for self-reflection, creativity, and inner peace. Loneliness is an unwanted state, a painful feeling of disconnection. Often, when you're spiritually awakened, the universe is nudging you towards more solitude. It's not trying to punish you, it's trying to get you to listen. It's like going on a retreat, but instead of being in a fancy ashram, you're just in your life. Embrace the sacred pause. Use this time to explore your inner landscape. What are your deepest desires? What brings you joy? What unique gifts do you have to offer the world? This period of introspection, while it can feel isolating, is often where profound self-discovery happens. It's where you truly learn to connect with your inner wisdom, your intuition, and your own divine spark. You become your own best company. And honestly, if you can't enjoy your own company, how can you expect anyone else to? This isn't a criticism, just a question to ponder. Intentional connection. Finding your tribe. Okay, so you've accepted the temporary solitude. But humans are social creatures, and ultimately, true healing from loneliness often involves connection. The key here is intentional connection asterisk. You're not just looking for any connection, you're looking for aligned connection. Seek out kindred spirits. Asterisk asterisk, where do your people hang out? If you're talking about spirituality, it won't be at every casual gathering. Think specific interest groups, workshops, retreats, meditation centers, yoga studios, online communities, conscious living groups, book clubs focused on personal growth, even volunteering for causes you deeply believe in. Look for people who are also asking big questions, who are curious, open-minded, and compassionate. These are the spaces where you're most likely to find people who are speaking your language. A simple search online for spiritual community your city might surprise you. Even virtual communities can be a powerful bridge, especially when physical ones are hard to find. Be vulnerable wisely asterisk asterisk. Once you find these spaces, take a deep breath and practice vulnerability. Start small. Share a genuine thought, a recent insight, or a personal experience related to your journey. You don't have to spill your whole life story, but share enough to allow someone to see a glimpse of your authentic self. The right people will resonate with it. The wrong people won't, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant for your inner circle. It's like planting seeds. Not every seed sprouts, but you keep planting. Set healthy boundaries. Asterisk asterisk. As you seek connection, remember that your heightened sensitivity is still a thing. You'll need to learn to protect your energy. This means saying no to draining invitations, limiting time with people who constantly bring you down, and recognizing when you need to step away and recharge. It's not selfish, it's self-preservation. Think of your energy like a battery. You can't keep giving from an empty battery. You'll just crash, and an empty battery doesn't make for good company anyway. Redefine connection, asterisk asterisk. You might realize that you don't need dozens of friends to feel connected. One deep, authentic conversation with someone who truly understands you can be more nourishing than 100 superficial interactions. Quality over quantity. Focus on building a few truly meaningful relationships rather than trying to fit into every social circle. Community building. Asterisk asterisk. If you can't find your tribe, consider creating it. Start a conscious book club, organize a walking group focused on mindfulness, or host a regular gathering for people to discuss spiritual topics. You might be surprised how many others are quietly yearning for the same thing. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to be willing to facilitate. Deepening self-connection, the ultimate antidote to loneliness. While external connection is important, the ultimate antidote to spiritual loneliness lies within. When you feel deeply connected to yourself, to your inner wisdom, and to the divine essence within you, the feeling of external loneliness diminishes significantly. Inner child work. Asterisk asterisk. Many of us carry old wounds, feelings of not being seen or understood from childhood. These feelings can amplify adult loneliness. Exploring and healing your inner child can be incredibly powerful. Imagine your inner child feeling abandoned or misunderstood. Now, as an awakened adult, you have the opportunity to show up for that part of yourself, to validate its feelings, and to give it the love and reassurance it always needed. This creates a deep sense of internal safety and belonging. Mindfulness and meditation. Asterisk asterisk. These practices are not just for relaxation, they are powerful tools for self-connection. By regularly sitting in silence, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment, you start to cultivate an unshakable inner peace. You learn to be present with yourself, to listen to your intuition, and to feel connected to the vastness of your own being. It's like learning to enjoy your own company so much that you're never truly alone, even when by yourself. Creative expression. **** Channel your feelings, especially the difficult ones like loneliness, into something tangible. Write, paint, draw, sing, dance, play an instrument, knit, garden. Creative expression is a powerful way to process emotions, to communicate what words cannot, and to connect with your soul's unique expression. It's a direct line to your inner world, and often, the act of creating itself feels deeply connecting. Nature connection. ****. Spend time in nature. Walk barefoot in the grass, sit by a tree, listen to the birds, watch the clouds. Nature is a powerful reminder of interconnectedness. You are a part of this vast, intricate web of life. When you connect with the earth, you connect with something much larger than yourself, and that feeling can dissolve the sense of isolation. It's a gentle way to remember that you are never truly separate. Service and contribution. ****. Sometimes, the fastest way to heal your own loneliness is to help someone else. When you engage in acts of service, when you contribute to something larger than yourself, you naturally connect with others who share a similar desire to make a positive impact. Whether it's volunteering at an animal shelter, helping a neighbor, or advocating for a cause, giving back creates a sense of purpose and connection that goes beyond superficial interactions. It fills your cup in unexpected ways. #Managing expectations. Not everyone will get it. This is a tough pill to swallow for many. You will still encounter people who don't understand your journey, who might even mock it or try to pull you back into old ways of thinking. And that's okay. You don't need everyone to understand. Your journey is unique. Trying to force understanding from those who aren't ready will only lead to more frustration and heartache. Focus on what you can control, your internal state, your energy, and who you choose to engage with. It's not about changing others, it's about accepting them where they are and prioritizing your own peace. Remember, you don't need to explain your inner world to everyone. Some things are sacred and meant to be shared only with those who truly resonate. #Embracing the paradox. Loneliness is a catalyst for true connection. Here's the profound realization, the climax of this journey. The very loneliness you experience on your spiritual path is often the catalyst for deeper self-love and more authentic connection. It forces you to look inward, to find the source of love and belonging within yourself, rather than constantly seeking it from external sources. Think of it this way: for a long time, you might have relied on external validation, on others to fill your cup, to make you feel whole. But spiritual awakening demands that you find that wholeness within. It's a journey from external validation to internal knowing, from seeking love to being love. And sometimes, the only way the universe can get you to truly look inward is by creating a void outside. The irony is, once you cultivate this deep self-connection, once you become comfortable in your own skin, once you realize you are never truly alone because you have yourself and the divine within, that's when authentic external connections start to appear. You attract people who resonate with your true vibration, not the old one. You're no longer desperately seeking connection, you're radiating it, and naturally, people who are on a similar wavelength will be drawn to you. This means the loneliness, painful as it is, serves a higher purpose. It strips away the superficial, the inauthentic, the old ways of relating. It purifies your desire for connection, making it about shared growth, mutual understanding, and authentic resonance, rather than mere companionship or escaping solitude. It forces you to become the person you were always meant to be, independent and whole, yet capable of profound connection with others who are also striving for wholeness. So, the path of spiritual awakening often involves periods of profound solitude and a unique kind of loneliness. It's a natural byproduct of conscious evolution, of shedding old skins and stepping into a higher vibration. This feeling, while challenging, is not a punishment, but a powerful catalyst. It's an invitation to deepen your self-connection, to become your own best friend, and to cultivate an inner sense of belonging that is unshakable. By acknowledging your feelings, shifting your perspective, intentionally seeking aligned connections, and most importantly, nurturing your relationship with yourself, you can transform this painful loneliness into a profound journey of self-discovery and ultimately, true, authentic connection. You are never truly alone on this path. You are simply being called to find your own light, and by doing so, you illuminate the way for others who are looking for theirs. If you're ready to dive even deeper into self-healing and personal growth, make sure to check out our next video right here on the screen.